Have you ever wondered what could drive a person, especially a woman, to become one of America's most infamous serial killers? Before we dive deep into this chilling true crime story, make sure to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss more unbelievable stories like this one. The beginning of a troubled life. Aileen Carol Wuornos was born on February 29, 1956, in Rochester, Michigan. Her childhood was anything but ordinary. She never got the love and care every child deserves. Her father was a convicted child molester who eventually committed suicide in prison. Her mother abandoned Aileen and her brother, leaving them to be raised by their grandparents. But her grandparents' home wasn't safe either. Her grandfather was abusive, and Aileen grew up in an environment filled with neglect and violence. By the age of 11, she was already engaging in sexual activities with neighborhood boys in exchange for food, cigarettes, and money. By 14, she became pregnant after being sexually assaulted. The baby was put up for adoption, and Aileen was kicked out of her house shortly after. She was homeless, living in the woods, and surviving by hitchhiking, stealing, and later by sex work. This harsh beginning shaped the broken woman who would later become known as the Damsel of Death. Entering a dark path during the 1970s and 1980s, Aileen drifted from place to place. She had several run-ins with the law, armed robberies, check fraud, and disorderly conduct. But her main source of income was sex work along the highways of Florida. To most, she was just another hitchhiker offering services. But inside her mind, anger and trauma were boiling. Aileen felt the world had abandoned her. She believed men only used and abused her, and her hatred for them grew stronger with time. The first murder, 1989, on December 1, 1989, the body of Richard Mallory, a 51-year-old electronics store owner, was found in the woods of Florida. He had been shot several times. At first, police thought it was just another random highway killing. But what they didn't know was that this was the beginning of a shocking killing spree. Later, Aileen confessed that Mallory had tried to rape her during a sexual encounter, and she killed him in what she called self-defense. But soon, the killings continued and her self-defense claim began to crumble. The Trail of Death, 1990. Between 1989 and 1990, Aileen murdered 6 more men. David Spears, age 43, a construction worker found shot along Route 19. Charles Carskadden, age 40, a part-time rodeo worker. Peter Seams, age 65, a retired merchant seaman whose body was never found, but his car was discovered. Troy Burris, age 50, a sausage salesman, reported missing and later found shot. Charles Humphreys, age 56, a retired Air Force major and former police chief. Walter Antonio, age 62, a truck driver and security guard, found nearly naked in the woods. Each victim was shot multiple times with a .22 caliber pistol. Aileen claimed that every single killing was in self-defense, that the men either tried to assault or harm her. But investigators and prosecutors believed otherwise. To them, it looked like a pattern: lure men, kill them, rob them, and disappear. The partner in crime, Tyria Moore. During this time, Aileen wasn't alone. She was in a romantic relationship with a woman named Tyria Moore, whom she loved deeply. Aileen supported Tyria with the money and goods she took from her victims. But when police began closing in, Tyria quickly became a key player. Investigators tracked down Aileen and Tyria, and soon they convinced Tyria to cooperate. In exchange for immunity, Tyria agreed to help police get a confession from Aileen. Over recorded phone calls, Tyria begged Aileen to tell the truth. She pretended she might be arrested too, and out of love, Aileen confessed to the murders, saying she couldn't let Tyria go down for her crimes. The arrest and trial on January 9, 1991. Aileen Wuornos was arrested at a biker bar called The Last Resort, the trial that followed became one of the most sensational cases of the 1990s. The media painted her as a monster, a man-hating lesbian, and America's first female serial killer. Aileen herself didn't help her image. In court, she often lashed out at judges, lawyers, and reporters. Sometimes she cried, other times she showed no remorse. In 1992, she was convicted of the murder of Richard Mallory and sentenced to death. Over time, she was also convicted of 5 other murders. Life on death row. On death row, Aileen gave several interviews. She claimed again and again that the killings were in self-defense, that these men wanted to rape her, and that she had no choice but to kill them. But as years went by, her mental health deteriorated. She began speaking about government conspiracies, aliens, and mind control. In some interviews, she said she wanted the executions to happen quickly, that she was tired of living. The execution on October 9, 2002. Aileen Wuornos was executed by lethal injection at Florida State Prison. She was 46 years old. Her last words were chilling yet simple. "Yes, I would just like to say I'm sailing with the Rock, and I'll be back. Like Independence Day with Jesus, I'll be back." With those words, America's most infamous female serial killer left the world. But her story continues to haunt true crime enthusiasts to this day. Legacy and impact. Aileen Wuornos' case became a subject of books, documentaries, and even the Hollywood movie Monster 2003, starring Charlize Theron, who won an Academy Award for her portrayal. Her story raises disturbing questions. Was she truly a victim who fought back against abuse? Or was she a cold-blooded killer who used her past as an excuse? One thing is certain: Aileen Wuornos was not an ordinary criminal. She was a product of a life filled with trauma, rejection, and violence, a tragic example of how society's neglect can create monsters. So what do you think? Was Aileen Wuornos a victim of her own tragic past? Or was she simply using it to justify her crimes? Let me know in the comments below. And if you found this story gripping, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications for more chilling true crime stories.